Okay, guys, I'm aware I had a bug with the sound there. Sorry about that. I don't know what's going on with the sound when it comes to that. Um, I'm gonna have to redo that, but it's okay. Welcome back to the Mojave Podcast Transmission. This is your host Clifford Johnston. I just decided to trim out that first segment, considering nothing else got done. So it's gonna be the same name. But anyway, here we go. Without further ado, sorry to keep you all waiting. Here, I'm just gonna. Okay, here we go.
They're simply trying to find one. They're demanding records. They're abusing the grand jury process.
He seems kind of worried. If you didn't have anything to hide, why would you be like, okay, we want to turn every stone. We want to investigate Donald Trump. We want to actually have a mugshot of him. But what do you mean you want to look at our records?
Digging through years and years of random documents. Donald Trump isn't just coming after
random documents. I don't know.
I gotta rescale this. It's nuts. One moment, folks. Okay.
I think the more he fights it, the more I think that he has something specific that he's worrying about.
me because of my mean tweets. He's coming after me because I'm considering running for president. Because he hates that I've...
We already know you're running for president. Nobody's worried about a Governor Gavin Newsom running for president. Actually, nobody's worried about anybody in the Democrats' bench because you guys are all pretty much garbage. You don't really have that many wins to your name. So if there was like a Democrat state that everybody in red states were fleeing to, it was like, not a paradise. It was like a middle of the country, a Texas, a Tennessee, a Kentucky, something like that was run by Democrats, and everybody was leaving the coastal paradises and the metropolitan areas to move to that Democrat's city or state. That'd be someone to be concerned with. But if you have a state that's bleeding money and citizens to red states, nobody's concerned about you, so it would almost be advantageous that you ran. But no, if they're investigating something, it's probably because you're defrauding us.
Consistently called him out over and over again for his lies and deceit. Donald Trump is simply the most corrupt president in American history.
I think that's called projection.
He's turned the levers of government into his own personal power ministries to reward cronies and to try to jail his opponents.
Sounds an awful lot like projection. Jail your enemies, like jailing Trump and his administration. Giving money to their cronies, aka fraudsters from other countries, and say, you investigating our fraudsters is a civil rights violation. What do they do other than project their own crimes?
Wow.
His personal attorney now runs the Department of Justice, which has repeatedly gone after his political enemies. Ask Jerome Powell.
I'm trying to
Sent
do a
them after
sound check, guys.
James.
I don't think it's there are political enemies, so we're going after them. It's we're going after fraudsters, and fraudsters are our political enemies.
Comey, Tish, James, Adam.
Tish James, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't Tish James the one that pretty much fabricated charges against him, and they found out that she had committed equal, if not worse, versions of that? Or was it not Tish James? Was that Fonnie Willis? I might be getting them confused.
Sent them after Tim Walz, and a woman that a jury found Donald Trump had sexually abused. One by one, anyone who has challenged Donald Trump has ended up on his hit list. And today,
Again, I don't like the lawfare, but if you guys didn't want this unleashed on your side, maybe you shouldn't have given him that mugshot.
proudly join that list. After calling for my arrest last year,
Why does it always look like he was just crying? I don't get that. Like, you want to make fun of him. Oh, yeah, like I call Senator Sadman Padilla, California's saddest sobbing senator, because he's just most known for getting himself arrested, then crying about it for the subsequent months on TV. I'm not even making fun of Governor Gavin Newsom now, but why does he always look like he's crying? What makes a face like this?
Donald Trump directed his Department of Justice to investigate.
What makes a face
To
like
look for
this?
fraud. If the fraud ended up on your doorstep, that's not Donald Trump's
Nick
evil
surely made
administration.
him
That's
cry
the investigation playing
like a
out
little
as it should.
baby.
And just in the
One
last week,
guy.
I've learned that his campaign has
He
reached my
deserved
own
one
home.
guy.
To get me, he's coming after my wife, Jen.
Because she's involved in a lot of stuff. Like, what was that? Just the one thing that we knew about recently, the diapers for babies. It like was something like, if you went to Target, not even bought diapers at cost. If you went to Target, you went to Costco, you went to Food for Less and bought diapers for mothers, it would have been cheaper than giving it to your wife's, I don't know, their relation to the person that owns the Babies to Babies, or whatever the organization was called. But you were promising mothers diapers. You spent a whole bunch of tax dollars doing it. It went through one of your family friends' organizations, and it was like 10 times the cost it should have. So you mean to say, we want to have a nice little photo shoot saying we're providing diapers for babies, but it was actually kind of, at least I perceived it as, a money laundering scheme more than anything. Maybe that's why we're going to look into your wife's business affairs, not he's going after his political enemies.
A public servant, a woman who's dedicated her life to supporting women and girls. Someone who has done nothing wrong other than having the temerity to advocate for what she believes in.
I wonder if Newsom will flip on his wife. To save himself, would he flip on his wife? I really wonder. I don't know. Maybe he has some dignity in there, or choose his political career over his own wife. I don't know the man. All I know is he seems like a scumbag.
If they can't intimidate me, they'll go after the mother of our children. Donald Trump picked the wrong target. We have nothing to hide.
How much of my tax dollars is he going to waste fighting Donald Trump for the crimes that Trump thinks that his family has done? How much of my money is going to be wasted fighting that? I'm disgusted by this.
His political operatives
know.
can
Oh yeah, I said,
I get what he's trying to say,
she's
right?
dedicated her life to defending women and girls.
How dare it actually go
Okay,
to the
new
person
scam.
that's
Define
actually gonna
what
catch me.
makes
How
a
dare
woman.
they?
I don't think he can do it.
take every record and read every page, but they'll be looking in the wrong place.
Oh
Because
my
if they
God,
really want to
dude.
find corruption, look no further than 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
No, look no further than
the
Sherman
address.
Way in Los Angeles, California.
He's just gonna.
Telling you right now,
Oh
used to
my
work in
God.
the area. It all looks like fraud. Nick Shirley couldn't throw a stone without finding like 5
Yup.
fraudulent-looking businesses. Look no further than California. But again, just because they own 1 out of every 4 hospice care centers
You
or
got so
some
much.
absurd fraction like that,
Fraudy.
it's the White House, guys.
Avenue. Donald Trump
Oh,
is selling the
that's
presidency.
right.
He's running the largest cash heist in
Oh my
American
God, am I
political
even gonna
history.
be able to
Projection.
kill this thing?
Street trading,
Help!
foreign
Oh my
tariff
God!
relief for
Somebody
approval of his
help!
golf courses.
Please!
Day trading behind the Resolute desk, reaping hundreds of millions of dollars in personal.
What about his auntie Nancy Pelosi? I don't think you become a multi-millionaire making $174,000 in tax
Help.
salary. Find one thing in this transcript that isn't projection.
Profit. And he's doing it openly. He's doing it on camera. He did it last night on the White House lawn. He's doing it through cryptocurrencies. He's doing it through the receipt of a $400 million private jet from a foreign government that he plans to keep.
Is he talking about Air Force One that's being donated to us from Qatar? Which I don't really know how I feel about that. But again, all distractions from the fact that he always looks like he's perpetually sobbing.
When he leaves office.
The jet was obtained under Biden. I know nothing about that, Captain, but the sad part is I 1,000,000% believe you, Captain Cynical, if you think the jet was obtained by Biden. This is kids in cages all over again. It's just, I'm not mad about any of these specific things, but if I can tack them alongside Trump, my supporters and my voters are so stupid, they'll just lean into it too.
Through his son's ventures in countries where his own administration is simultaneously making policy. His personal fortune has skyrocketed by $4 billion since making his return to office. This is the behavior of a regime, not a republic. The White House has become a marketplace for sneakers and coins and watches, cologne.
I agree. The White House, DC, been full of scumbags for a long time. Nothing new.
Guitars, Bibles, and phones. Influence for sale, access for sale.
Yeah, what are lobbyists? It's always been an issue. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm just saying he's only now announcing it. That's like when Joe Biden was like, I've been in the U.S. Senate, I've been in government, I've been vice president, I've been president for like 4 decades. Vote for me one more time, and then, and only then, am I gonna get to work, guys. Guys, we're finally gonna deliver on all those things we've been promising for the last. Why am I keep doing Trump's voice? I can't do Biden's voice. We're finally gonna deliver on all those campaign promises I started making 4 decades ago.
Sure to find that.
This is like what Newsom's doing.
The unique Night Stalker.
And today, my family and I can personally confirm that justice is for sale. To Donald Trump, who I know is watching because he watches everything.
No. This is projection. Just because you watch absolutely everything Donald Trump does, he does a funny AI photo, you do a funny AI photo. He types in all caps, you type in all caps. He goes to Europe, you go to Europe. You are like the desperate, sad ex-girlfriend of the captain of the high school football team. You literally flew to the country he was at with knee pads with Donald Trump's name on them. Sounds like I'm making shit up, but he flew to another country with knee pads with Donald Trump's name on them. Because you are obsessed with him. You think as long as you can be named in the same breath as Donald Trump, it's going to make you more popular and make people forget the fact that you always look like you're sobbing because some kid made fun of you and called you Gavin Newscum when you're a kid. You are a fragile child. You belong nowhere near the White House. And it is almost sad to see this right now. He may be getting charged criminally in the near future. And what does he have to show for it?
I have a message for you. You can subpoena my records. You can investigate me.
Good.
You can harass me. Put my name on every and any enemies list you have, but leave my wife and family out.
That lets me know he wasn't doing any of the crimes under his name. It's going to be thinly veiled under the family's name, even if it's not them. That's my conspiracy theory. But for him to say, I am 100% confident you won't find anything under my name. Investigate me. Make me America's biggest enemy. Go ahead, Trump. Do it. Just stay away from these things. If you say, this is like, I'm not comparing him to a dog. I'm comparing him to my neighbor's old Chihuahua. It was the funniest thing. It's like, the dog, they're simple-minded. But it's like, we would be hanging out in his backyard playing basketball, throwing around a football. But if we ever got near where he buried his bone, that dog would flip out like the most aggressive, ferocious beast ever. Oh my God, get away from that. And it's like, all right. So you're okay with us hanging out anywhere in this backyard, but not by this specific rock? It makes me wonder what the hell's under this specific rock. Governor Gavin Newscam is chihuahuaing out right now saying, look anywhere in this backyard for a bone, Trump won't find it. Just stay away from my rock.
Of your personal vendetta. I'd like to say something to my wife. These times are not
Say it in private. What are you doing, dude? Like, stop thinking your life is a reality show. Nobody cares about you and your slimy family.
Not normal, they're not ordinary. I love you, and I'm sorry he's doing this.
I'm surprised he called him his wife and not his partner, because he keeps on trying to say the people's partner, the first partner. It's like, good God, you guys are so captured by everything.
You have not earned a single one of the indignities that he's trying to inflict on you and our children. And to Donald...
Dude, the feminists won't back you. I'm telling you right now. You think that you're gonna get, you know, the Democrat ticket because you're so supportive of your wife. Come the primaries for president, when you're running against the other Democrat candidates, they're going to slam you. Republicans are going to slam you. Liberals will slam you. The Democrat establishment will slam you for when you came out and apologized for cheating on, I think he had a wife at the time, but cheating on his campaign manager, his best friend, and his wife. That ended your... but stay away. Oh.
And we're going to fight your lawlessness.
With my tax dollars.
And we're going to continue to remind the people of this country of your corruption. That same corruption.
You guys have been saying that he's corrupt since 2016. Well, then I bet there's a bit of corruption in there, because I can criticize Donald Trump, saying I voted for him, but I didn't like who he was pardoning at the end of his first administration. 45 administration, there was plenty of people that average Americans wanted to see pardoned, whether it was Assange or it was Snowden. Who did he pardon, Trump? He pardoned rappers, career criminal Democrats. Like, that isn't what the most Americans wanted, but that's what he did. I'm not saying Donald Trump is perfect, but I'm saying he's a better alternative than, not most, all.
Corruption our founders warned us against as we move to celebrate our 250th.
Establishment will slam you for when you came out and apologized for cheating on, I think he had a wife at the time, but cheating on his campaign manager, his best friend, and his wife. That ended your political career for anything with national attention. Anything that isn't California, that is Democrat top to bottom owned by that, and we're going to talk about it in a second. He's finished. Like Hassani Somali, his career is over. He's just the last one to know about it.
Trump, this country does not belong to you. It does not belong to your cronies.
Oh.
And we're going to fight your lawlessness.
With my tax dollars.
And we're going to continue to remind the people of this country of your corruption. That same corruption.
You guys have been saying that he's corrupt since 2016. Well, then I bet there's a bit of corruption in there, because I can criticize Donald Trump, saying I voted for him, but I didn't like who he was pardoning at the end of his first administration. 45 administration, there was plenty of people that average Americans wanted to see pardoned, whether it was Assange or it was Snowden. Who did he pardon, Trump? He pardoned rappers, career criminal Democrats. Like, that isn't what the most Americans wanted, but that's what he did. I'm not saying Donald Trump is perfect, but I'm saying he's a better alternative than, not most, all.
Corruption our founders warned us against as we move to celebrate our 250th anniversary. I'm going to keep reminding Americans of what they warned would happen if a man with no character ever held the office of presidency. So let me say
It almost sounds like a warning against his presidency.
it again. Mr. President, come after me. I'm not going anywhere. And the country is watching.
I thought he was going to say, come after me, I'm not going anywhere. But stay away from my wife, which makes me feel like that's where the stone should be overturned. But the crazy part is, they're going after Governor Gavin Newsom, not because he's the enemy of the Trump administration, it's because there's an awful lot of fuckery happening in California. They're talking about the LA elections, which was also attached to the governor elections, because Newsom is termed out.
Statistical literacy. And what happened here is mathematically and statistically
So nobody has any
impossible.
steel man or concept of how this could have happened.
This is the fact that I thought I had the chart pulled up. The fact that before the election, I think the numbers were for 38% Bass, 20% Spencer, 8% Rahman. That's how the votes panned out. Election night, it was like 38% Spencer, 20% Bass, 8% Rahman. But the mail-in ballots counted after election night, and the subsequent nights was like 40% Rahman, 30% Bass, 10% for Spencer. It's a statistical anomaly. They're not saying like, oh yeah, Democrats, when they vote by mail, or no, mail-in ballots are primarily Democrat. But nobody could explain ever why mail-in ballots counted, not received, because they just had batches everywhere. Mail-in ballots counted before election night. Bass, Spencer, Rahman. Only mail-in ballots counted after election night were Rahman, Bass, Spencer. Statistical anomaly, no one can understand it. Maybe that's why they're starting to look into California.
Happened.
Chat, can someone rate how extreme decoy stance is on immigration? As an immigrant, we need to have a very, very strict border laws.
can tell you the statistical
Yeah, Rahman lost in her own district. She won in Skid Row. Harvesting ballots? We're about to find out.
odds that this would have happened, and it's 1 in a trillion.
1 in a trillion.
Okay. What
So
if?
are you telling me the 1 in a trillion shot hit?
I'm asking if
Really?
there is any. I'm not.
Just this one time?
I'm not.
For math.
Yeah, nobody can answer that because basically, not only is it the voting situation, but it's, I was talking about this too. The Democrats stealing not only your tax dollars and washing it and giving to themselves, buying their own books and nonsense like that. I'm talking about the Pacific Palisades when you went on, what was it, firefax.com, where he was trying to battle Spencer Pratt's information about what caused the fires. It was something like firefax.com. You went on there, and then that took you to his website that took you to Act Blue. So if you wanted to donate money towards fire relief, it automatically gave a small percentage to Democrats, and apparently the rest of that money went to Democrats on the back end too.
So Gavin Newsom has been caught stealing donations that should be going towards the fire victims for his own personal political fund.
Shit,
Let me show you what I
I
found.
thought it was just the Democrats. He's saying it actually went to his pocket.
So Gavin Newsom put out this website to combat misinformation
California
called
Firefax.
CaliforniaFirefax.com. And when I went to take a look at it, it leads to Gavin Newsom's
Because I remember it said something about Cal Fire, like, oh, this goes to firefighters, and you think you're donating to it unless you look and inspect elements and notice this is Act Blue. No matter what happens to the money, the processing fee goes to the Democrats.
own website. And there's a place where I could donate. Now I'm looking closely at this. Look what you're seeing, right? Where is the donations actually going? Now it says it's supposed to go directly towards the victims, but check out who's managing this fund. Take a look at that, right? Who is processing this
Yeah.
money? It's Act Blue. If you don't know what Act Blue is a political PAC.
And they also got in trouble because I don't think they were willing to disclose foreign money they received. That might be more the investigation that's going on New Scam right now.
For Democratic
But is
candidates.
the director really Jennifer Newsom, his wife? If it is, that's why they're going after her.
So in fact, any money that we donate in this so-called fund, a portion of it is going towards
Yes.
Democratic
We all
political
knew that.
campaigns.
Yeah.
I didn't want to
And
believe
remember,
it.
BLM donations also went through Act Blue. So you thought you were fighting police brutality, but you were just giving money to Kamala Harris.
But this is our governor. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I'll see you guys soon.
How this scam works is actually very simple. Democrats set up a campaign for a cause similar to like what Gavin Newsom did for the Pacific Palisades fire victims. Then donors can go in, they can select those campaigns, and then they can make donations through that link that they provide. But here's the catch. Act Blue acts as the middleman, and they get a percentage, a 3.95% of
But I think
every...
it was actually worse than that because the money never actually made it to the pockets of like rebuilding the homes or the fire victims at all. Spencer Pratt did a good job exposing that, but it's like, yes, he's like, they're going after me, they're going after my family. No, we're going after what's happening over in California because something suspicious is happening with their election situation. Now, YouTube, Twitter, this is All In's podcast talking about it, but we're just here going to listen to them.
Is the election system in Los Angeles, specifically in California, corrupt? And is this election been stolen from Spencer Pratt, or is it just
There is no election.
there was no election?
There is no election.
Okay, so there is no spoon.
And I say this as somebody in a basketball jersey with a giant 3D printed Squirtle behind me. I can't. Talking to the pit kettle, I kind of wish he had something other than the Matrix in his background, because then you could take it more like I could show it to my father and say, we got an issue here. But it doesn't make his message any less valid.
Rights to have an election are gone. You are a citizen of those who tell you who your overseers are. You are no longer allowed to vote
Not allowed to vote.
for your elected representatives. They are now appointed representatives.
And that's been the case for the Democrats for a long time. You wanted Bernie Sanders, they gave you Hillary. You wanted Tulsi Gabbard, they gave you Joe Biden. You wanted RFK, or you wanted Joe Biden. You voted for Joe Biden, you got Kamala Harris. The Democrats have been force-feeding you a candidate for a long time. And now in Los Angeles, you wanted a Chad Bianco or a Steve Hilton, or you wanted a Spencer Pratt in Los Angeles. They're force feeding you ramen or bass.
So enjoy the
Appointed by
appointments
who?
that have been made
Appointed
for
by
you.
who?
Appointed by those who have constructed the Matrix.
Got it. Now we understand the background. There is no spoon.
Agent Smith and all the Agent Smiths are in charge. So here's some statistics for you. In-person voting the day of the election in Los Angeles County for mayor, Spencer Pratt, 35%, Karen Bass, 29%, Nithya Raman, 26%.
And I think the in-person voting, if that's what it was, that's all that should have counted. If the in-person voting was that much in favor of Spencer, that lets me know the temperature on the ground was Spencer won by a landslide.
Mail-in ballots received before Election Day, 38% for Bass, 28% for Pratt, 20% for Raman. And then all these ballots that arrive after Election Day,
Yeah.
37% for Raman, 35% for Bass, 19% for Pratt. So Pratt's post-election mail-in ballots.
And why will no major news network cover this? Like this, a guy in front of the Matrix screen has to let you know the statistical anomaly. Just like, what was it, when Biden won none of the bellwether counties, but still won, and the majority that he won in the very, very specific places like Maricopa County was so astronomically bizarre. They're like, hey, this is statistically very, very, very unlikely. Nobody wanted to touch it because it's like, or we had the fairest and the most secure elections ever. Like, they were not willing to entertain that whatsoever. It takes a guy in front of a Matrix screen with a baseball cap to let you know, hey, the math ain't mathin'.
Declined by 1/3. So statistically, the population of people that send in their ballots late reduced for Pratt by 1/3, increased for Nithya Raman by 80%, and Karen Bass 10% less. If you just look at the mail-in ballots before and after Election Day as a comparison.
Yeah, it's an anomaly.
I don't know if there's a socio-political way that you can assess those statistics.
Yeah, lazy people last minute like ramen, but nobody else.
And assume that these are individuals casting their individual vote for who they think should be mayor of LA. And Nick, if you'll just pull up the map, which I think is worth taking a look at, basically the concentration of incremental votes that Nithya Raman got came around the Skid Row area in Los Angeles. And look, I'm not an election denier. I'm not someone who's historically believed the idea that elections are fraud and people have stolen votes. But when you look at the basic statistics of what happened in person, mail-in before, mail-in after Election Day, it becomes a real statistical quagmire on how did this sort of a socio-political shift happen in such a way that it did. Now, there was a report published, Nick, if you could pull this up, by the U.S. House of Representatives Committee on House Administration. This was published in May of 2020. And they highlighted the 2018 California midterm elections and the challenges they saw arise in that midterm elections because of some of the legislative changes that were made. First, California Assembly Bill 1921 legalized the practice of unlimited ballot harvesting in the state.
They legalized what people are calling fraud or people are calling cheating. If you made it legal, they don't gotta worry, they can just do it. Which is kind of why I wonder when they were counting for ballots, and I forgot the number, but it was like, oh, we're looking for 300,000 votes left to go, and a day after counting, so you can probably count all 300,000 votes in the night. The next morning, they're like, we have 500,000 ballots left to go, and it's like, they know the numbers are gonna look bad. So what is the most reasonable amount we can have this shift go from Bass, Spencer, Raman to Raman, Bass, Spencer without it raising too many red flags? Because it really did. It still did. But also say we have this many votes outstanding. It almost seems like, hey, we found a lot more votes we still need to count. And it's not just the amount of ballots it went up. It's the amount of ballots they counted, and then it still went up beyond that.
Was passed around 2018, around the midterms. What that means is that any individual in the state of California has the right to go and collect ballots from any other individuals, regardless of relationship.
And I even said it on Twitter. I said, I think Spencer, or what would happen if Spencer beat Raman, I think, between Now in November, Spencer doesn't even campaign whatsoever. He just puts up some live stream cameras in all the worst parts of the city and says, this is why you don't vote for Bass. And he out fundraises Bass and all the Democrats by millions of dollars, and every single dollar he takes in donations is just used on ballot harvesting. He just unleashes the largest ballot harvesting operation that checks no IDs whatsoever, registers max democracy, finds anybody that says they're an American citizen and get them to register to vote with their taxpayer-funded healthcare card, their gym membership, whatever it may be. Max democracy, and that's his only strategy. Would the Democrats finally say, okay, you know what, voter ID and lack of voter ID and ballot harvesting are a bad idea? Let's change the voter laws. If Spencer just got better at their version of democracy, would they change their attitude?
Fill them out and send them in. California, 2 years later, 18 months later, also passed a law that made it permanent that every person registered in the state of California would get a ballot. So tens of millions of ballots then get mailed out. Then there was another series of laws that were passed that said anyone can register to vote. You don't need to prove your citizenship. You can use a gym membership card as an example. So anyone can register to vote. There is no proof of ID when you get a ballot. There is no demonstration that the person who fills out the ballot has anything to do with the individual who's supposed to be voting that ballot. And it is legal for an individual to go out and collect hundreds or thousands of ballots, ship them in, and they will all qualify in these kind of mail-in ballot voting processes. So there's nothing illegal or fraudulent going on. In fact, the system is operating exactly as intended. It has been set up and structured in a way that with the right construct, you can get an individual appointed, not elected, but appointed to a particular role in government under a, quote, free election in California. This is a foundational destruction of our rights to vote for people in a free democracy. I feel it's been eroded slowly over time to such an extent now, and I'm not some crazy MAGA motherfucker or whatever people want to classify me as for pointing this out, but you can go down this list. They are all written out in this document. Every one of these laws that were passed in California over time that in aggregate create the environment and the construction for elections to become appointments and no longer free democratic elections, where the principle, very importantly, the principle should be one individual, one vote.
Yes.
And if you opt to not vote, your vote should not be counted.
Yes.
So I think that there's no fraud. I don't think there's anything illegal.
It sounds like you believe there's massive fraud.
Yeah.
Depends on what your definition of fraud and cheating is, because if you codify cheating, then you can get away with it forever. The crazy part is, I don't think Wall Street Apes credited it. This is Angela Rose on YouTube, but finding out that Los Angeles NGOs, which they just recently got caught, one girl's actually pled guilty to, they're paying homeless people, 4 to 5 times a year to register for them to vote. This seems like a large problem, but now we know why the Los Angeles homeless industrial complex is not only getting worse, it's part of their strategy.
Are you registered to vote?
Not today.
Are you registered to vote?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So sometimes people come by and ask you if you're registered?
Yeah.
And how much money do you get paid to register to vote? 25. And how many times can you register to vote?
I say about 5 times a year.
Who'd you vote for?
Oh, the lady, the one who.
Karen Bass, Nithya?
Oh yeah, I don't know the name. You know, all the folks well I speak.
Karen Bass?
Yeah. Hello.
Have you ever even heard the name Nithya Ramos?
No.
They said Ramos on purpose.
Respect.
Yeah.
But have them. I don't even know them.
Did you vote at a post office or?
I voted. My person, somebody walking.
You voted with somebody who was walking by?
Yeah.
Okay.
With a piece of paper. I don't know where you was, but
and here's the thing: is his vote or votes count just as much as yours. Scary stuff.
voted.
I usually don't vote. That's why.
Have you ever registered to vote?
Yeah, I register all the time, but I just keep forgetting to go down and do it.
So you register to vote all the time?
Somebody got your ballot.
I just haven't chosen anyone.
How many times have you registered to vote?
Like 3 or 4 times.
3 or 4? What are you guys waiting for?
They're going to serve lunch at 12:30.
Oh,
We're
I
going to have lunch right now.
What person did you vote for this last mayor election?
I didn't.
You didn't vote?
I didn't vote.
Are you registered to vote?
Not today.
Are you registered to vote?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So,
and mind you, ramen in the mail-in ballots absolutely decimated everybody in Skid Row. Kind of seems like nobody's Nobody even knows who she is, but she killed it with the mail-in ballots only counted after election night.
Sometimes people come by and ask you if you're registered.
Yeah.
And how much money do you get paid to register to vote? 25. And how many times can you register to vote?
I say about 5 times a year. It's always, yeah. It's like.
Yeah, I'm wondering what person you voted for this last election. How come? Are you you're registered? You're not registered? How many times have you been asked to register to vote? Oh, okay. I'm the first person who's ever asked you about it.
I was in a program at the house, but I'm.
Oh, okay.
The voter fraud that we're seeing happen in this video, where the homeless are being registered to vote 4 or 5 times each, is exactly how Democrats come from so far behind and then all of a sudden end up winning with mail-in ballots.
Which is crazy when they were pointing this out, where how are you having people, more people showed up to vote for Rahman than did the race for governor? Meaning to say, in Los Angeles, all these homeless people votes, apparently not in Rahman's district, but in these kind of harder to verify voter ID or addresses areas, they didn't vote for Becerra, they didn't vote for Tom Steyer, but they voted for Rahman and nothing else. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't a similar thing happen in Biden's bid in 2020, where a lot of ballots came in just for him, but they didn't vote for anything else, so a Republican won the local elections.
Exactly.
But
now everybody's starting to see their pattern.
The Democrats didn't win when they had a majority votes for Biden. Not saying it's impossible, it just seems improbable, and here we are seeing it again over in Los Angeles, where people voted for Rahman, but they didn't seem to vote for the governor. They just knew they didn't like Pratt. Very interesting the way it shakes down, but people talking about, yes, TMZ, major news networks, they're not going to actually cover it. But the sadder part is, places like Los Angeles Times want to cheat for it, saying, before election, LA is safer than it's been in decades, but crime is the issue dominating the mayor's race. LA is safe. As soon as the primaries are over, Los Angeles has the deadest downtowns in the world, according to a new survey. It's dead. It's crime-ridden, but they can't write bad pieces before the election. And that's why you see stuff like this. Kevin Dalton's an amazing account if you're not following him. Showing us Karen Bass advertising for the World Cup over in Los Angeles. Watch it in MacArthur Park. That's a place that the ICE raided. She showed up saying, get federal law enforcement out of here. Then very shortly after they kicked out federal law enforcement, I believe a kid got shot.
Los Angeles. Every day for the duration of the World Cup, kick it in the park. We'll bring the World Cup matches to all parts of the city.
And again, well, I can't watch this. But again, this is just like when you had those Chinese dictators coming in to visit in San Francisco. It looked like a hellhole for a very long time. But then when Governor Gavin Newsom and his buddies from China decided to show up, they immediately covered up downtown San Francisco. They cleaned it all up because they don't care about you, the citizens. You're just tax cattle. They care about how they look politically.
Oh, he criticizes me, and now I can't support Palestine. It changed the way. Now the new face of the left. I keep doing my best to make this guy the face of the left because, you know, he's terrorist. So, in my opinion. So, Hassan Piker is having a really, really very bad, no good, very bad day. And things are going very poorly for him. Right, turns out everyone on the left is canceling all of his events. People are closing down rallies just because he might be showing up. Right, this dude is right now an absolute nightmare to be around. He is a black cloud. All of his candidates that he endorses lose. He is just this dog-shocking, terror-supporting miasma of misery, and everyone is catching on. So first, Hassan has to react to his upset chatters because they're like, wait a second, you're like really LARPing as a revolutionary, you know? You're out here, you're fighting for Palestine or whatever. You're fighting for Palestine, but you're not really doing anything. You're just kind of sitting on your ass and making millions of dollars.
Look to these unbelievably powerful forces and why they are so aggressively trying to thwart this movement.
Yeah, no one's trying to thwart you, bro. We're making fun of you, and we're really grateful, honestly. I speak on behalf of every right-winger in America. Thank you, Hassan Piker, for becoming the face of the left. What is the left? Look, it's that guy. It's a foreign Turk that hates America, supports China. He supports Russia's invasion of Ukraine. He loves China's genocide of the Tibetans, and he supports terrorism around the world. That's him. That's the new left. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Hassan.
Okay? I know it's really easy to just go on Twitter and be like, This guy is a sheepdog for the neoliberal Zionist Democratic Party. He just wants to take all this revolutionary potential of the masses and like feed it back in the Democratic Party.
Revolutionary potential is when you say free Palestine on a live stream and make millions.
But like, there's a reason why they're not going after hammer and sickle Twitter users, and they're going after my bitch ass, okay?
Yeah, because no one gives a fuck about these people. No one knows who they are. You have managed to gain some sort of fame. We know you have an entire chat of domestic terrorists and inbred retards. And honestly, it's great. It's really fun.
My Democratic Party sheepdog ass is getting ass fucked on a daily fucking basis by numerous governments.
Right.
Why the fuck do you think they're not coming after you? Why?
Thanks.
Why is it my ass that's getting fucking gaped?
Yeah, because you're a terrorist. Supporter. Because you're a terrorist supporter.
Why? I've been doing this shit for a decade. And until recently, until I decided to become more active in this part, in the electoral route a little bit, and actually put a couple fucking numbers on the leaderboard, ain't nobody was gaping my ass.
I'm happy to say that it all started when a blue cartoon on the internet decided to gape your ass every day, and I have to say, the snowball took off. Right, Pegasus started his legendary series inspired by me, I'll have you know. Asmongold used to make believe that Hassan was just a guy with different opinions. Now he's like, yeah, this guy fucking is terrorism. He likes terrorism. What's going on? I'm just saying, I am just noticing that this is very entertaining.
And now it's gaped.
Gaped.
Why do you think that's the case?
Terrorist.
Why are they not yelling at you?
Terrorism.
You got the radical points. You're posting about Yahya Sinwar all day. Why are they not treating you in the same way?
Because people know who you are. No one knows who these people are.
I don't even got a problem with that posting, too. And yet you yell at...
I don't even have a problem with you glazing Yahya Sinwar, the orchestrator of October 7th, and the reason why so many Palestinians died in Gaza. The guy who started the war that got all of them killed. Now, I just have to say, also, like Roseanne Barr, she ran for president a couple times, very famous. I have to say, the GOAT.
I love how you have gone after, what's his name, Piker.
That's right. I did do that, actually. Thank you for noticing. Yeah, I'm kind of having good. So anyway, Hassan, very upset. All of his events are getting canceled. This is him in his communist, pro-imperialist, Chinese fucking retard outfit, talking about how he's so mad that he's getting blacklisted from events everywhere. Because terrorism.
Fuck.
Ah, that was very good. That was very nice. I like that a lot. Oh, I like that a lot. Now, for the full context, this is him crying about it.
Appear. Why are they all canceling? I think part of it is because I'm appearing.
Terrorism. Yeah, people don't like terrorism is not good, actually. And most people realize that intuitively.
God damn, dude.
Oh, yeah, dude.
This shit is so ass.
Oh, look how bad he is.
Oh, God.
Oh,
it's so fucking nasty.
Oh, I like it. It's great.
When did this get posted? Bro, this just happened 20 minutes ago.
W?
What the fuck?
Dude wakes up, opens Twitter, realizes a different group of people just does not want to be anywhere near this guy.
Live Nation blacklisted us? Wait, what?
Let's go!
I don't like this. There's something strange
it's the Jews, probably.
taking place here.
The Jews did it.
I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah. W Jews.
I mean, there's a new element of danger involved
Get
with
ready.
this,
This is
situation now that it's like literally an unsanctioned outdoor event.
There is a level of danger for Hassan Piker to go to an unsanctioned event.
These major venues, these massive venues are indoors. There's a level of security involved.
Okay, Hassan, the terrorists are on your side, so you'll be fine.
I mean, the security calculation has changed dramatically. It feels like a level of coordination that I did not fucking think would take place
Let's
at
go.
all.
Turns out people hate him more than he could have possibly anticipated. And he, honestly, an even funnier point that not enough people are noticing. This guy is LARPing as a revolutionary, and he's afraid to go to a rally full of his own fuck faces to promote Palestine or whatever the fuck he fights for in America.
Fuck.
Ah, the catharsis, baby. Let's go. Nothing
All
is
right, we're
working
heading
out for him.
I'm gonna call the Uber.
All right, we're live.
All right, we're live.
I'm back.
He's so brave.
Hello, welcome. We are currently on our way.
to an undisclosed location.
And the Uber driver gonna be, hello, senor. You suck your dog, senor. I recognize you.
Where I will be interviewing the 3 candidates
That's
that
right. Undisclosed location. He's too scared.
participated in the protest today after the rally that we were supposed to do together got canceled.
All right.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Everyone hates him. It sucks.
I hate this shit.
Aw, poor Hassan.
So the rally ended?
Facing the consequences of his own actions.
The rally ended. It was a good turnout. It was like 600
And then he shows up for the rally
people.
with his, dude, the Muslims are blacklisting him for being too, it's just so fucking awesome. And then he eventually shows up. Oh, you came too late. It's all over already, Hassan. What, you thought they would wait for you because you're like some celebrity or something?
600 people?
Yeah.
Chad was saying it's 6,000 people, but they were exaggerating.
There was like 600 probably, 700 people. Well, at first we actually thought you were coming.
Bro, the Democratic Socialists of America. This is a borderline, in my opinion, terrorist organization. All right, the guy that murdered the 2 Israeli Christians in Washington, D.C. was part of the Democratic Socialists of America. The Charlie Kirk assassin was tied to the Democratic Socialists of America.
Rally.
Yeah.
So we had a bunch of security. We had 13 security guards there.
Yo, Hassan, your boy Ahmed, he did not wait for you.
Ready to go. We're like, just in case. Real Works pulls out, says it's an HVAC issue. And we're like, okay, maybe it's an HVAC issue. We had some suspicions, but he seemed genuine. And after that, we started scrambling, found another venue, the Ogden Theater. They cancel right after we signed the contract. So again, both venues signed contracts, they cancel.
We signed contracts, and the guy was like, oh, this is Hassan Piker. No, we don't do venue for Hassan Piker.
So what was their response?
Uh-oh, it's very bad for
Why
this
are they
guy.
all canceled?
Today, we go in there, and he looks pretty emotional. And he's like, I've been getting blown up my phone all morning from people who own this place and the people who own like the lots, the people who own malls around here, like high up in like corporations, saying you can't do this event here. And he was spooked. He's like, people blew up my phone. I've never seen this before. I'm a small business. I can't do this. They're telling me.
Bro, Ahmed, stop talking about people blowing up.
It's a safety risk. And this is the craziest thing, is he's like, you didn't tell me it was a new.
Fuck, we're gonna talk about people blowing up.
Absolute cinema, bro. They're calling Hassan a neo-Nazi. It doesn't get any better.
I was like, okay, what? And you were there. I was shocked. Yeah, I was shocked when he said that. I called up another venue. He didn't even know, but like, hey, let me talk to my partner. He's like, I reached out to my partner, some folks in the business community were available, but I can't go with this. People are telling me not to book your event. Called another venue, same story.
The face when you realize you're blacklisted from everywhere because it turns out calling and supporting terrorist organizations who have the credo of fucking murdering Jews, it turns out that is not very appealing to your average guy.
So there was something happening with venue owners.
Oh no!
That they were talking to each other.
Oh shit!
That
Hassan has been blacklisted from every venue in Denver.
Book this event.
The face I make when I'm blacklisted from every venue in Denver. So it keeps getting worse. So every time he goes on a show, he just sounds even more retarded.
If I didn't care about this country, I would just leave. I'd go live somewhere else.
Leave. You literally hate this country.
Right? But I want to.
He is a subversive agent. Understand what his purpose is.
Want to fix it, and I want
to fix this country. You are literally a Turk. Okay, you are literally
Just go to Turkey.
All right, to
They'll
quote
love
Karl
you.
Marx, your hero, the Turkish working class will never amount to anything. I didn't say it. Karl Marx said it.
fix it because I know that America has tremendous promise, tremendous potential.
I want to subvert America from within and turn it into the epicenter of gay.
But unfortunately, my citizenship and my existence is seen as conditional. And the number one argument that is advanced against me, sometimes by the likes of Randy Fine, sitting U.S. Congressperson, is that I must be denaturalized and deported because I'm not a real American citizen.
No, it's because you support terrorist organizations. Duh. And because you were
can't support
born in
terrorists,
America
Hassan.
illegally and birthright
It's illegal.
citizenship's
It's
a scam.
against the Constitution.
Yeah. Yes, he's right. You should get deported.
I'm a fake American citizen.
True. Yeah.
And that's a really interesting concept because
Oh, let's go.
everyone is a fake American citizen at the end of the day. None of them, like everyone came here at a certain point, unless you're literally indigenous, unless you're Native American.
Yeah, the Native Americans are the Christian Europeans that founded the country. I don't know.
We're
I don't know
Native
if you
American.
understand, but
It's not
that is
the
how
point,
countries
Hassan.
work.
We are
You
still
ever heard of a
standing here
nation
staring
state?
at your
All
dumb
right,
ass.
before the United States of America, this was wilderness and jungle. The Native Americans are the founders of America. And I love how this guy is like, Palestine is for the Palestinians. Literally, not the indigenous people of the region of Palestine. Palestine is for the Palestinians, but America is not for the Americans. It's honestly incredible watching how every single one of these like far leftists, they all support ethno-nationalism, but only for Muslims. Have you noticed? Have you noticed how that works? Isn't that funny? It's like, yeah, we can colonize England, but England can't colonize us. It's every single one of these guys. Now, anyway, it keeps getting better. His audience is fucking killing him. The venues are canceling him.
With the lives and livelihoods of Palestinians.
Palestinians.
That to me. Didn't bro shock his dog? I shocked your mother's pussy last night with my penis. She was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it."
Wow, I can't be having that on my GG.
I've never come so hard in my life.
This guy needs to go.
Very nice. Anyway, that's Hassan Piker, ladies and gentlemen. Very nice. So this guy's been seeing a lot of the right-wing guys turning on Sam Hyde. I mean, I didn't notice that, but okay. I wonder what did it. Was it the men should never feel happy video, or did something happen? And Hassan responds, he cried after Charlie Kirk died. Only time that loser has ever been funny. And it was when he was trying to be serious. So it's, what a loser for laughing when a good man was assassinated in a viral video. Like, what are we even talking about? Now understand, you think it's fucking funny, dude? Hassanabi loses it after a fan mentions Sam Hyde at TwitchCon. Right, so mentioning Sam Hyde to Hassan Piker will make him cry, but Sam Hyde crying when Charlie Kirk gets assassinated makes him a pussy and a coward. Now, understand, Hassan Piker is out here crying about the fact that he was canceled from all these venues. And, quote, he literally says, this kind of disruption does not happen to right-wingers, regardless of the amount of pushback they receive from actual student groups and actual protesters and actual organizers. First of all, that is not true. Well, when have you ever seen Nick Fuentes have some sort of rally at a venue? It doesn't exist. All right, he's been absolutely canceled from all these places, and I've been told Nick Fuentes is much worse than Hassan Piker. You're retarded if you think so. Hassan Piker is infinitely worse than Nick Fuentes. I've never heard Nick Fuentes call for violence ever. Hassan does it like daily, all right? They never do this for Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro, for all of his faults, is a decent guy that doesn't endorse violence. He doesn't call for terrorism. He's a dude that's married with a bunch of kids, happily as far as anyone knows. Zero drama that happened in his personal life. He didn't go to fucking brothels in Germany where he allegedly had sex with children. He didn't support multiple Islamic terror organizations, etc. And then they mentioned, and Charlie Kirk, right? He also wasn't banned from events and only goes one direction. This is absolutely abominable. You're right. Charlie Kirk wasn't canceled from speaking at venues. He was assassinated. Charlie Kirk was canceled from life, you retard. All right? Like, so this guy, why does Charlie Kirk able to speak at events, but I get canceled at events? Because Charlie Kirk was canceled from life. All right? That is a lot worse than not being able to talk at events in Denver because people think you're a neo-Nazi. All right? Understand. And also, in regards to Charlie Kirk, Hassan Piker, and in my opinion, this is a reason enough to never give you a venue ever. All right? Again, the guy that assassinated Charlie Kirk was a guy who was tied to the Democratic Socialists of America, a movement that Hassan supports a lot. All right? Now, understand, Hassan has been celebrating Charlie Kirk's death on stream almost every single day. Now, I know I keep tags on our favorite Turkish roach. All right? So I know that this happens. I pulled up a couple of examples, but he does this daily.
And oh no, we're not going to make it to 20. It's 9 seconds remaining. We are not going to make it to 20. Michael Fusco hard. Oh my God, he put it at 100. Oh my God.
Communist begging for money, by the way.
God. Okay, this is a special level 20 hype train.
All right, what's the reward for him making thousands of dollars?
Level 19 complete. We're at level 20 hype train, so of course we have to do this.
A voice in the storm, a man of conviction, a heart reborn.
Buzzer beater.
He spoke the truth when the cost was high. He lived for Jesus, unafraid to die. We are Charlie Kirk.
is what I'm trying to say. All right, so that's one example, and he does this all the time. All right, he has Arabic Charlie Kirk as well.
But let's do. What is this? What the fuck is this, bro?
Yeah, so you gotta play reggae Charlie Kirk and Arabic Charlie Kirk. Yeah, yeah, guys. Isn't this fun? Isn't this awesome? All right, so this is Hassan Piker a couple years ago, before Charlie Kirk was assassinated, obviously.
I'm ready for the great cleansing, dude.
Cleansing?
The cleansing.
What cleansing?
When we genocide conservatives in this country.
Are you gonna be on the streets?
Oh my God!
Maybe.
Get him out of
Yeah, go
here!
back to
Well, they
Nebraska.
denaturalized that
What about
guy.
Democratic mayors? It's like, what the f are you talking about, dude? We're fucking talking about socialized medicine, and you fucking turn around and you fucking ask a question about murderous cities and their Democratic mayors. I want to fucking kill him, dude. I want to kill.
In a video game.
I meant it's just not in a video game setting. I wanna own him in a video game setting. Oh Jesus!
Yeah, again, Hassan has been salivating for wanting to kill Charlie Kirk for years. Charlie Kirk gets assassinated, and he just celebrates the assassination of Charlie Kirk on a stream every single day. Now, Hassan's friend, Idubs, recently had a bit of an oopsie-poopsie. Idubs, basically, from what I understand, called Ethan Klein, a YouTuber, a liberal, by the way, just not a radical leftist, called him a pedophile that raped his own children. Which is pretty horrible. Now, I don't know the full context, but that is pretty bad, I would say. Now, Ethan sues this guy for defamation, which it obviously is, and then this is Hassan Piker's response to it.
Yeah, every time Idubs has apologized, he's been really careful to point out the tweeting question over and over, and Ethan still refuses to sue Destiny. Yeah. It is Israel behavior. It is. It is literally, it is. Which is
Israel behavior is when a Jew sues someone that slandered him for raping his own kids. That's Israel behavior, but he's just criticizing the state of Israel. He loves Jews, but suing a goy that's slandering you for raping your own kids, it's Israel behavior.
It's really funny because Dan Saltman apparently, I saw someone point out that he wants to now take every time I've said this is spiritually Israeli and be like, this is spiritually Mexican. Okay, and with the AI, change my words, and then mass promote that to make it seem like I'm being racist. Like if it was any other country, it's like, yeah.
Yes.
If someone said this is spiritually South African during apartheid South Africa, I don't think people would be fucking complaining. You know?
Dude, every Muslim country is apartheid. It's crazy that he plays these favorites. I mean, unless he's just an Islamic extremist that loves and supports Islamic terrorism. Well, in that case, it makes sense. But if you consider this from a Western lens, actually, this is pretty fucking horrible. So yes, not wanting to get sued by a litigious Jew is Israel behavior. I actually wanted to cover this briefly, this story with Idubs, Hassan's friend, retard, who slandered a guy, because he released a little apology video. And oh me, oh my, I love when a radical leftist is forced to release an apology video, not because they feel bad, obviously, but because they're afraid of getting sued. Now, just to be clear, there's major discourse around this. I know I didn't get involved with it, because I actually don't really care about, like, the nitty-gritty YouTube drama aspect of it at this point, but I will make my opinion known. So, Moist Critical apparently released a video saying, of course, slandering Ethan is bad. You should not slander people to say that they raped their own kids. But also, Ethan suing Idubs is bad because using lawsuits to silence criticism is not ever a good way to go. I think that take is shit, I'm not gonna lie. It is not easy to win a slander lawsuit. Even in Canada, where it's a lot easier than the United States, it's still not easy. So if you could prove that he slandered you in court, then yes, you should obliterate him. To, you know, stop the lies. And then maybe the next guy will be scared to lie. Actually, the reason why we have a legal system is so that you can absolutely obliterate your enemies legally. This isn't little gay YouTube drama. And also, this is off the back of Idubs and Hassan and all these other people essentially trying to get CPS to take Ethan's children from him because apparently he doesn't hate Israel enough or something. Which, again, it's literally the focal point of these people's lives is Palestinians starting wars and losing them because they're stupid people. They are. It's not my fault that they have an average IQ of 67. It's literally not my fault. Now, anywho, I want to see his apology because leftist groveling is always fun. Before getting too deep into the chaos, free cash was promised to me 3,000 years ago. One thing I recently added to my daily routine is using free cash for a few minutes here and there. If I'm gonna play games as a time sponge, I might as well make some money out of it. Free cash is a fun and easy way to earn real money by doing simple tasks while already on your phone. Play games, complete surveys, do simple tasks, and turn your bathroom break into an investment. I've been enjoying playing Call of the Dragons on Free Cash, a high payout strategy-based building game. You get instant payouts with a really easy process through PayPal, Amazon, or Visa. There's already over $250 million paid out to over 60 million users worldwide. It's a win-win. They get someone to test out their games and fill out their surveys, and you get paid. Use the QR code on the screen or click the link in the description to sign up and get a $10 bonus today. Now, back to the chaos. Every individual sign-up literally supports the channel, so if you could click the link in the description and do the thing, that would be very appreciated.
Hello everyone, I am going to be talking about a very important
main channel video apology.
And heavy topic for me. If you're unfamiliar with the context of any of this, I'll give you a brief rundown. But that is not the main purpose of this video. I do think it's important to share a little bit of my side of the story.
Alright,
but
here we go. My side of the story. Why I basically accused him of raping his own kids.
I don't want to take away from the purpose of this video, and that is to apologize to Ethan Klein and his family, especially his kids. Basically, Ethan is suing me for having rebroadcasted a statement made by Destiny.
Destroy your enemies, actually. Actually, that's awesome. Destroy your enemies legally. Based Israeli behavior. What do you want me to say?
On my stream, I did display the very disgusting comment for 40 minutes, and
40 minutes.
It was wrong. It was a comment from Destiny, and I even said that I don't agree with it, but it sort of highlights how
You fucking take a gigantic poster, you poster it all over the city, gigantic poster, saying that, you know, X rapes his own kids. And then you state, but I don't agree with this poster. Ah, I see.
I knew that it was a wrong thing to put out there into the universe and show people. You know, regardless of the point I was making, it was wrong. I was angry, and I was like, how do I get this guy to, one, not clip me, not mock me and harass me on his live stream?
I was angry, which is why I slandered him. That is not a great way to win a court case, by the way. All right, if this actually does go to court, which I think Ethan is dropping the lawsuit because he's making this whole apology, saying that you did it because you were angry proves that you had malicious intent.
Stream. And two, this guy's a fucking bully. I'm
no, he's a bully. So I'm going to slander him that he rapes his own kids. Okay.
I'm angry. I'm
also,
angry.
Mr. Glasshouses, you threw the first stone with your content cop.
That this multimillionaire is silencing people and suing people who have a much smaller audience than he does.
Who cares? No one is. You, as a human, are not allowed to slander him, or he'll sue you. I don't understand. This has nothing to do with smaller audience bullying and silencing. He's suing you for defaming him.
And, you know, can barely defend themselves. And so I'm angry. I don't like bullies. So I wanted to do something that would...
I don't like bullies, so I spread a lie that he rapes his own kids. Okay.
Have an impact. And, you know, without checking in with myself of whether or not that was a right or wrong thing to do. I justified it in my head at the time. I was like, okay, well, it's not my words. And it's actually said by a really bad guy, Destiny. Not a fan of that guy. It's very clear that it was never the right thing to do. It was a comment about Ethan and his children, and it was disgusting. I said it,
so what you're saying is you fucked around, and now you are finding out? Man, I'll take another one of those.
The time in the stream that I don't agree with it, but still sharing it and broadcasting it to people for 40 minutes.
40 minutes?
That was an irresponsible and reckless thing to do. Especially for
That's
parents.
pretty horrible.
Like, there are many parents with kids out there who do not want to see that shit, and it's painful. And I'm sure it was extremely painful for Ethan and Hila to read that shit and have it pop up again.
Also, let's not forget that this guy had a personal friendship with Ethan for years. He showed up at his house many times. He knows their family personally, and he still decided to spread that shit.
And again and again. And just because it's coming from a piece of shit guy, and I'm showing it to people, like, look what this piece of shit said. It's wrong. It's wrong to do. And I didn't, you know, I didn't come to this overnight, right? Like, to be frank, I'm angry. I do not like Ethan. I think he's doing a lot of damage to people online.
Irrelevant.
And it
What damage is he doing to people online? I don't understand. What damage is he doing to people online? Oh, he criticizes me, and now I can't support Palestine.
it changed the way that I was thinking about it. I didn't think about it. I didn't ground myself. I didn't think about, oh, like who is actually being affected.
Bro, after all that empathy he gained, he forgot that accusing someone of raping their own kids is rude. Damn, bro, I hate when that happens.
In this instance, and
when you have so much empathy, you just have to accuse an innocent man of raping his kids. You know what I'm saying? Happens to people all the time.
Ethan's family and his kids are being affected. I just because I don't like Ethan, I think it's wrong to find an attack vector that is his kids. It's foul. It's not okay.
He's making this whole video, I'm foul, I'm not okay. And he's only doing it because he got sued. Right? You know what? Explain to me now how the lawsuit wasn't worth it. The lawsuit was based. All right, now you got the guy who spread this lie to come out, apologize, main channel. Dude, just a W.
And I think it was wrong for me to use the Destiny screenshot as a cudgel to make my point. I didn't need to use the Destiny screenshot to make my point. There's a million other ways I could have done it, but I didn't. And I regret that I didn't, and I regret that I ever put that screenshot on my live stream. That's the main reason why I feel like I do need, for myself, for my soul, to own up to this and acknowledge that I went too far. It wasn't okay. Ethan and Hila and their family do not deserve...
I am so sorry I went too far. Now, please retract the lawsuit, please.
...deserve that. At the end of the day, whatever happens with the lawsuit is what it is. For myself, I needed to make it known on the internet that what I did was wrong, and I don't want to be that person. I don't want to behave that way. I want to make content that I'm proud of. I don't want to give in...
What the fuck content? What are you making content that you're proud of? Bro.
...to a harassment back and forth online. I want to put my energy into...
You started it, man!
...making content that I can be proud of. And
guys,
I'm not
the
going to
cry bullies.
...ashamed of, because I lost the plot. I want to stay focused. I want to check in with myself and know what it is I want to be and what I want to do and what message I want to spread. And this isn't a message I want to spread. So I'm sorry to Ethan and Hila.
What message does he spread?
And your family. You guys didn't deserve that. I'm going to think about all of this a lot more, I'm sure. But for now, I really do want to just get back to making the content that I want to make. Having said all that, I wish everyone the best. I genuinely want to see a better world, and I do not want to be a contributor to what makes it terrible. So,
well, too bad you are. Anyway, H3 responded apparently. Hi, Ian. Appreciate the thoughtful apology. It means a lot. I've instructed my attorney to drop the lawsuit entirely. Based litigious Jew, Israel behavior. You see, if Hamas would have just given back the hostages, Gaza would not have been decimated. There's a lot we can learn from this.
You're coming here, yeah? Now, Danny, when I catch you, I'm going to cut your throat in half, yeah?
We are starting to see a revolution over in Northern Ireland, UK in general, and now you're seeing police snatch squads arresting community leaders last night in Northern Ireland following days of civil unrest. So they're like just totally covertly trying to eliminate and detain their leadership. Just music here, but it's like masked special forces looking guys in police vehicles. They say, like, I'm not gonna say they're kidnapping them, but it's like they're literally just snatching these guys up because they are political activists saying our government has failed us in protecting our women and children from predators because they happen to be from somewhere else. They will commit heinous crimes against our people, our innocent civilians, and they will do nothing but try to cover up these crimes. Because I'm not gonna play this video, but the British authorities announced the man that stabbed a 17-year-old girl. This video is horrifying. It's just a girl. I believe she's a cancer patient. She's walking, and then this guy he's born in the UK, but he's ethnically Pakistani, so his family's from there. Just randomly gets her in the neck. Almost ends her life. And their media doesn't want to cover it, so now we're starting to see massive unrest over there. Okay, this is like a Facebook message, so take it with a grain of salt, but I wouldn't be surprised they would cover something like this up. They say multiple reports of a kid, being arred by a gang in Scotland by immigrants over the weekend, and the police are threatening people not to mention it. It sounds outlandish. It sounds impossible, but honestly, at this point, I believe it because we have zero confidence in them. Now, the thing that makes me wonder is I'm hearing this report everywhere and I can't find any confirmation of it, but again, the UK government wouldn't confirm it because it would just cause these riots to occur more. So they're saying, reporting, immigrants are being transferred out of Northern Ireland to Britain for their protection. Ferries from Belfast to I'm not going to try to pronounce that. Arranged with buses from there. Flights also arranged from Belfast to Liverpool, Bristol, and Stansted. Some of the HMOs, which is like the community housing for immigrants. Majority of the military barracks save people. Which means if the rioters in Northern Ireland destroying HMO housing, setting fire to vehicles, and throwing rocks at the cop car, the riot police, and getting blasted with water cannons, if that amount of uprising and unrest results in the rioters getting exactly what they wanted, what will that mean for the rest of the UK and the rest of Europe? If they say, hey, look, in Germany, you guys can be getting knifed up by a guy that's not from this country. And when you start to detain the guy that was knifing us all up, the police will knock you over, start to arrest you, and the copper will then get hit in the neck and then lose his life. Very, very tragic. You can be a girl trying to defend your little sister with a knife and an axe from people trying to assault her. They will do constant bad press about you. This is in Scotland. And later, it will confirm that not only the guy recording that you pulled the axe and knife on, not only him, but the guy's sister have been assaulting girls or something to that effect. They will do nothing about it. But if you just do mass riots and set all their housing ablaze, you will get exactly what you've been demanding for the last 3-4 years. What does this mean for Europe if the only thing that controls, the only thing that gets the politicians to act on your behalf is rioting? It sets a crazy precedence. Now, like they said, they're trying to cover it up. Nobody knows about it. And now, Keir Starmer, two-tier Keir, is saying, we're not going to, address any of these issues. We're going to ban kids from social media. So the kids are still allowed to go on things like Blue Sky to get their daily dose of heavily curated left-wing propaganda slop. But when it comes to the rest of the social media, like Twitter, you cannot be on it because they need to control your intake of information.
Every parent wants the best for their kids. And that's what being a parent means. And for
So let the parent do it. Why are you trying to replace the parent unless you want to parent the parents? See that with socialist and communist governments all the time. Your children aren't your children to raise. They are property of the state to make into good little communists, good little socialists. Meaning to say, he's taking the parents out of the equation, and now he and only he will control what they see.
me, for my 2 kids, all I've ever wanted, hand on heart, is for them to be safe.
And you keep them safe, you're the parent. Stop trying to parent other people's kids. Imagine if Elon Musk, somebody that was a leader somewhere else, you didn't elect him, said, "Kid, I'm gonna make sure I can control what your children have access to." He wouldn't like that, but he doesn't mind doing that to your kids.
And for them to be happy. And the rest is up to them. But I think back to when I was growing up, and I have to say, I think we had it easier.
We did.
These days, kids have to find their feet in a world that changes so quickly, where technology intrudes into every area of their lives.
Look at them reading.
We know that harms them. The response from parents in the consultation has been absolutely clear. Thousands of parents say their children are addicted to social media.
And that's the parents' fault.
It can leave them trapped in a cycle of endless scrolling that...
And I'm telling you right now, as not me, my parents are pretty liberal with the idea of me getting technology use. And here it paid off because I'm, doing this this career. But I remember my neighbors, their parents were crazy about don't use the internet, don't use the computer. Here's a child safety lock that keeps you on educational networks. It keeps you on limited video gaming, and it all kind of seals us off. These are Gen X? Gen X parents trying to teach millennial kids not to be addicted to the computer. Very quickly did we hack that computer, and we're playing StarCraft. We were playing Diablo 2. We were on like the internet like regular kids. Like, just because you put in a system to stop us doesn't mean the more technologically savvy generation of teenagers is gonna figure out how to break it. I've seen it with my nieces where it's like, you know, me and my brother millennials, we understand like a bit of the computer stuff, but I mean, I couldn't tell you anything about TikTok and what's on there and how to like parental lock it or whatever. It's like the younger generation is gonna figure out how to break it and how to get around it, no problem. This is just virtual. Younger generation is going to figure out how to break it and how to get around it, no problem. This is just virtue signaling one, and it's a desperate attempt to control the narrative. Because, sad to say, kids are getting assaulted and getting murdered. You're doing nothing about it to protect your political agenda, and now your answer is, how about we just suppress free speech overall? Because, again, suppression and loss of your, they don't have a First Amendment right, but suppression of free speech doesn't happen in one fell swoop. It happens incrementally. So first it's going to be no anonymity for kids. Now also, age verification for everybody. So it's like, you know, you look like me. Oh, we got to make sure you're an adult. So give me your ID. So all your social media accounts have to be attached to your first and last name. Meaning to say, there's in the UK, there could never be a decoy voice. A guy with a regular job that risks it all by saying something counter to what my company's, my agency's political values are. They heard me speaking out all that stuff during COVID, they probably would have fired me. I say negative things about the Democrats in my local government, they'd probably target me. So no longer can you be an anonymous guy named Decoy on the internet and give you based information on what they actually find on a free speech network like Twitter. They want to forever suppress that and never have to deal with a guy like me, because they can't accomplish it this generation, but to them it's not a political struggle for this election, it's essentially a holy war for them.
Displaces play, sleep, and time with the family. It can harm their mental health.
It does, 1,000,000%.
And frankly, parents need our support on this.
Like it or not, if you just want to support the parents, it should be opt-in. If it's not opt-in, then you guys are trying to overstep your bounds.
That is why today, the government has decided to ban social media access for children under 16.
If you create exceptions for places like Blue Sky or Threads, I forgot what app it was. This isn't about suppressing this isn't about banning social media. It's about directing them to your preferred platform.
It's a big step for our country. Now,
it's a big step for socialism.
To do. I'll be honest about that. We haven't rushed into it.
Yeah, you have.
We've looked carefully at the evidence. And we'll have to adapt our approach as technology changes. Learn from other countries which are taking similar steps. And it's fair
Is the other country that makes similar steps? If the other country you're referencing is China,
say that this decision has been resisted, and it will face resistance from some of the most powerful companies in the world. But we will take them on, and we will win. Because the need for action could not be any clearer. Social media is making our children unhappy and unsafe.
It's a parent's responsibility.
And as a parent, as much as a prime minister, I just can't let that go on anymore. Because our children deserve better. They deserve a happy, safe childhood.
Again, always somebody think of the children hiding behind the kids. Don't you want gun control? Think of the kids, so give up all your rights because of the kids. They never mean it because, sad to say, there's oftentimes lots of harm done to them. And case in point, grooming gangs. You guys really care about the safety of kids? Do one thing, close the border, and arrest the people that are doing it. If you're willing to look the other way because of cultural differences and they lack the mental capacity to stand trial, you don't care about the kids. So the community notes is, the UK government's careful review of the research found a small correlation between kids' use of social media and well-being, but no evidence of a causal effect. So in their own documentation, they admit no connection, but they're still going to use this as a way to chip away at your rights. Elon Musk says it's a police state. 100% it is. Free speech doesn't exist at all. And like I said before, the Scottish girl that was trying to defend the sister, they found out that not only the guy recording saying, "Show me the knife, show me the knife," I guess he allegedly called his sister to come out there and assault her. So it's like, apparently they have just been attacking girls in Scotland. It's been a thing. But all the mainstream media outlets are like, oh, I forget what they phrased her as, but like the warrior of Scotland, she's a lie, and they kept on trying to slam her. When it's like, if the only instance you have of this little girl is pulling out the knife and the axe on a guy recording and antagonizing her, I'm willing to bet he was in the wrong. Unless you've seen this girl attacking any random, oh my god, that's that crazy girl from Scotland, she's been slashing away on random people for years now, then I would believe that she's a danger to society. But if she only pulls it out on these guys, and you're willing to overlook the fact that they may have committed crimes to cause her to do that, you don't care about the safety of the children in your country. And it's sad because, what do they say? Let's check in on what world news on Reddit says about the Lancashire. God, can't say the name. The attack in the Shire, removed by moderator. Reddit, all they want to do is just stop you from getting a free flow of information, because otherwise you would be out there and you'd be outraged at what's happening over there. Like someone said, you have a flag in the UK and they will jump you. You are not allowed to carry the flag in the UK anymore. Oh, these are the alt-right guys. I guess I can't play the rest of the video. These are the alt-right guys if you have patriotism for your country. But now, you're not even allowed to sing if you're not in the church. Now, I wonder if you're not allowed to pray in public for a certain other religion, but according to the UK bobbies, you can't express Christian beliefs in public because it's going to make other people feel uncomfortable.
You're not allowed to sing church songs outside of church grounds, by the way.
You're not allowed to sing church songs outside
of church or church songs or church
you're not allowed
grounds. That's fine. That's
you're
fine.
not allowed. She just said you're not allowed to sing church songs outside of church.
Outside of church grounds, unless you have unless you've been authorized by
Where's your license for that church song, mate?
the church to do this kind of song.
Are you saying that you don't care about the Human Rights Act? You're lost.
Again,
You're
that's
not
not the
allowed
biggest
to
thing in the
sing
world. We're
church-
sticking the tongue out on them. But yeah, they just hate Western values. And now you see this over here. What is it? It's posted in Polish, where they say, in Great Britain, policewoman just watching you for a few minutes at a park. You can't just be loitering now. Again, none of this energy for the grooming gangs, but all of this energy to, apparently, law-abiding UK citizens.
We're not saying that. We're just
So why are you talking to me?
because we're just asking what you're doing because you're just standing here. Just
So why?
watching people.
Can't enjoy public park
What do you
anymore.
mean?
I saw you like walk.
You saw me looking.
Yeah, just watching, looking at people, not really doing anything. You're not meeting up with anyone. You're just watching people. So as I explained, we just
Gotta be honest, I think it's cool to people watch. You go somewhere, it's like a public area, you get a coffee, you sit down, and you just kind of relax. You don't want to be in my little room or whatever. Sometimes I'll bring my laptop, I'm working stuff there. It's like, but over in the UK, apparently if you're a British citizen, you gotta have a license for that, mate.
walked around.
You didn't explain anything. You just keep repeating the same thing.
Just listen.
Yeah,
We walked
nothing.
around-
Nothing says authority from dangerous individuals like bashfully having your hands in your pockets while you say, "Why are you in the park?" Because it's easier for them to shake down a law-abiding British citizen that seems harmless than a roving R gang that is grooming kids. This is not the body language nor the temperament it takes to enforce the law against predators. If she cannot arrest predators, then why are you there in the first place?
Yeah, okay, walked around the square,
Right.
and we just seen you here in the same spot, and you're just standing there, like watching people.
How long? 2 minutes?
Yes, for a couple of minutes. We stood over there and we observed you for a couple of minutes, and we've seen you.
How does
look
this even
way, look that
constitute a
way,
police interaction?
looking at people sitting down. So we're just wondering, like, if you're not here to sit in the park or wait for anyone, or like, we're just wondering what you're doing. Can you see from our perspective?
No, not at all.
Because my colleague mentioned there's a lot of theft.
Theft?
Yes.
So I did ask you, so do I look like a thief? I didn't commit no
You
crime.
look like again. I don't think they would have the heart to actually approach someone that is thieving out there. Now, if it wasn't bad enough with this one was outrageous, and I had no other place to put it. Over there in London, public workers paid for by the taxpayers for Harrow Council make violent threats to injure a man. These guys have institutional power. These guys aren't coppers, but apparently they can record you doing something as simple as like littering, and they can get a ticket issued to you. So like almost like a meter made for like quality of life crimes.
Thing I was gonna do.
What were you gonna do then?
I don't need to tell you what I was gonna do. This guy, fam, is coming. No, it's off. What do you mean? Don't butt in my business.
So his buddy's saying turn off your body camera. Interesting, because these things shouldn't be able to be turned off.
Listen, you know what you're doing, Act. You know what you're doing.
Don't call me Act, fam.
You know what you're doing.
You're trying to mess with our money.
I'm not messing with your money.
I'm going to show you something right now. Come to the alleyway right now. We're going to show you what time it is. We're going to show you what time it is, bro.
I'm going to show you what time it is. One thing that always annoyed me about people that want to fight you in public, that don't want to talk all this trash, is it's never, I'm angry at you and we're going to fight. Because I'll tell you right now, people that are going to fight you will just do it right then and there. There's no build up to it. It's just, you go from talking, they're angry, and they're fighting you. It just pops off like that. Anybody that's just like, I'm going to beat you up, come meet me outside. I'm like, it's so ridiculous. Like, I'm not going to meet you outside. You're going to fight me, you're going to fight me here. Otherwise, you're just popping off, you're making a show for your buddies. Whatever. By all means, do that. But the idea is, I remember one guy was kicking him out of a store in security. He's like, meet me outside, meet me outside. And I was like, okay, man, that's why I'm taking you. We're just walking outside. We're denying you business. Get him outside. And then he says, he's like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna F you up. And I'm like, okay, we're outside now. What's going on? And he's like, all right, now come over on the sidewalk with me. I was like, shut up, dude. Like, it's all a thing of I will fight you once these specific parameters are met. It's like, no, you guys don't really mean it. You're posturing up. You're trying to make this guy feel scared by, like, turning off your camera and feeling like you're all big and bold. But it's like, not only are you abusing your privileges as a public official, you are a coward. You're a bitch.
We're going to make sure you can't work no more and earn no money because you're trying to butt in with our money. And bruv, do you know what I do to people like that? Come here now. Come, let's go.
What do you do? What do you do to people like that? If this guy's recording from Meta sunglasses, which is this is the perspective ratio, I think it is, like the vertical one. I don't think this is a large individual.
Come there. Why would I come there?
Yeah, why would I go over there? We fight here. Cameras are off, right?
Fuck out and rip your teeth out. You know that. If I give you one punch, I'll knock all your teeth out. We've got people.
You're going to pull my teeth out? No, I don't think you are, mate.
I don't know why you're getting aggressive.
Bro, come across the road now because you're trying to mess with our money, bro.
I'm not trying to mess with your money.
I'm going to show you what time it is. Come now.
Nah, do your thing,
If I
man.
call a police officer for you, he'll fuck you up, you know.
Why would a police officer fuck me up?
Because we work with them and you didn't know.
So he thinks the police officers will beat him up with them just because they said so. The amount of coddling it takes for a certain group of people to think that the law enforcement agencies will help pull the teeth out of citizens because we were given a vest and a little body camera is astounding.
That did you? So come across the road now because I'm going to show you what time it is.
Okay, yeah,
come across the road.
So
can I?
what do you say? These are grown men. It's sad because you are grown adults at work thinking that this is how you should spend your time. Again, absolute incompatibility with a civilized nation. I'm not saying you deport everybody, but these two individuals have more than shown you they cannot exist within Western society. Now, at least, what is it? The London Borough of Harrow says, we're aware of the video circulating in relation to the conduct of 2 enforcement officers. Swift action has been taken soon as the incident, and the complaint was raised to us in the Kingdom in May. The individuals are involved no longer work for the Kingdom. We take any instance of officers deliberately turning off body-worn cameras extremely seriously. Threats of violence towards members of the public are wholly unacceptable and will not be tolerated. I want them to one-up this, and whoever gave them not only whoever hired them and whoever trained these two insane individuals, you fire that person too. Obviously, there's a break in the system that allowed this to happen to the level that they felt comfortable and confident they could have gotten away with it. Your entire system is foul, and until you get it at its root, you won't fix it. But mind you, they are filled with public workers like this, coppers like this, and crimes like these out there. They do nothing about it, but their solution is, let's ban social media, anonymity online, because we can't actually reel in any of the criminals. The only thing we can do now is just make sure you don't know about the criminals. Like last video, what they say, banning X in the UK won't stop the beheadings. It'll just stop you knowing about the beheadings.
Own administration is simultaneously making policy. His personal fortune has skyrocketed by $4 billion.
Now the libtards are having a really, really very bad, no good day. They are struggling to come up with things they don't like about Trump. You see, unfortunately, the entire leftist movement in America is just Trump bad. They don't actually believe in anything. They only believe in whatever the Bible says. They believe in the opposite of that. You know, pro-crime and pro-murder and pro-importing rapists and, you know, all that. Like, that is literally their entire thing, all right? Pro-pride, all right? The deadliest sin, you know? They love that. Pro-gluttony, they're all freaking fat. Anywho, that'll be important in just a little bit. So I gotta show you the leftists losing it, because the thing is, they were criticizing the Iran war so much, right? They really can't criticize Trump for stopping the Iran war and completing all the objectives that he actually wanted, right? It's honestly, it's pretty sad for these guys. So they have to come up with something else. Remember, during today's literal cage match on the White House grounds, says Hillary Clinton, no matter what, it's not his house, it's our house. Get a hat, a coaster, and a sticker to support groups and candidates who respect him. Hillary Clinton selling merch. It's not his house, it's our house. He's having cage matches outside. They're fighting outside. As you can see, he's got 11 million views. She turned off replies. It's pretty miserable. Especially because it's like your husband literally used a cigar as a sex toy on an intern in the Oval Office. Just shut the fuck up. And it's like, bro. It's just miserable. It's just absolutely miserable watching these people get annihilated. It really is. Now, Hassan obviously having the worst week of all time. This is his reaction when he realizes that he was banned from every single venue in Denver because, you know, terrorism. He loves it. He loves terrorism. He just thinks of shocking his dog and killing Jews. It's his favorite thing.
Fuck.
Yeah, baby. His reaction to getting banned at every place in Denver because they don't like neo-Nazis. That was literally the reason they gave Hassan Piker. Oh, God. Hating America and supporting terrorists just doesn't work, it seems. Now, obviously, his audience was really mad at him.
Then look to these unbelievably powerful forces and why they are so aggressively trying to thwart this movement.
Right, he has a movement.
Okay? I know it's really easy to just go on Twitter and be like, this guy is a sheepdog for the neoliberal Zionist Democratic Party. Right. He just wants to...
Dude, he's so mad. His audience is mad at him for doing nothing, basically.
But, like, there's a reason why they're not going after hammer and sickle Twitter users, and they're going after my bitch ass, okay?
Terrorism.
My Democratic Party sheepdog ass is getting ass fucked on a daily fucking basis by numerous governments. Why the fuck do you think they're not coming after you? Why?
He is
Why
the
is
shield.
It my ass that's getting fucking gaped?
Hassan is the shield.
Why?
He's fighting.
I've been doing this shit for a decade.
Fighting the system.
And until recently, until I decided to become more in the electoral route a little
Happy
bit.
to help.
And actually put a couple fucking numbers on the leaderboard, ain't nobody was gaping my ass. And now it's gaped. Why do you think that's the case? Why are they not yelling at you? You got the radical points. You're posting about Yahya Sinwar all day. Why are they not treating you in the same way?
Leader of Hamas, by the way. Leader of the Hamas terrorists. And look at what he does. This is incredible.
I don't even got a problem with that posting, too.
I don't even have a problem with Yahya Sinwar. He was afraid he was going to piss off his actual terrorists in his audience. He was like, but not that I condemn the Hamas terrorist, rapist, pedophile. I don't condemn him, of course. Right, dude, it's just absolute cinema. So that's him getting gaped by the government and his entire audience because he's not revolutionary enough, because he's a pussy and refuses to go to shows because they all canceled him because he likes terrorism. And then next, he's super mad at himself for not going to any of the things because he was afraid of security concerns.
If it wasn't a last-second switch-up and we already had prior clearances or no, like if it wasn't a last-second impromptu situation, and I still wish I went, and I'm still beating myself up over it, but people in my people on the back end on my team were like, you are not allowed to do this.
His team didn't let him be a revolutionary. I wanted to be a revolutionary, but I was scared. I was scared of consequences of the revolution. And I was like, no, I will go anyway. And my team was like, no, you cannot do this. Okay, Daddy, I will not do the revolution today. It's just so sad. It's so sad. What a miserable existence.
Not allow you to risk yourself and other people.
All other people.
To do this, considering the amount of very, like, the amount of overt and also credible death threats that I receive.
He received so many credible death threats, and he also celebrates the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Understand how that works. All right, anyway, Gavin Newsom, literally, this is like the Holocaust for leftists. All right, so Gavin Newsom released possibly the most embarrassing video of all time. I didn't see it yet, but I heard it was just beautifully embarrassing of how he's terrified that the Trump administration is looking into him for fraud. Before getting too deep into the chaos, free cash was promised to me 3,000 years ago. One thing I recently added to my daily routine is using free cash for a few minutes here and there if I'm going to play games as a time sponge.
Former employees. Not because they found a crime, because they're simply trying to find one.
Yeah.
They're demanding records. They're
that's what investigators do. They try to figure out if there's crimes. Yeah.
abusing the grand jury process, digging through years and years of random documents. Donald Trump isn't...
Well, if you didn't do any crimes, what are you worried about? What are you worried about, sir? 10 million views on his video. Basically a hostage video. He thinks he's going to get fucking murdered by the Trump administration because he's too gay or something.
Just coming after me because of my mean tweets. He's coming after me because I'm considering...
Because you commit fraud on a massive scale?
Running for president.
Oh, you're a threat. Gav thinks he's a threat, boys.
Because he hates that I've consistently called him out over and over again for his lies and deceit. Donald Trump is simply the most corrupt president in American history.
Coming from the guy who spent billions of dollars on homelessness, and homelessness got worse in his state. Are we serious?
He's turned the levers of government into his own personal power ministries to reward cronies and to try to jail his opponents. His personal attorney now runs the Department of Justice, which has repeatedly gone after his political enemies.
Base?
Ask Jerome Powell.
Base.
Sent them after James Comey, Trish James, Adam Schiff. He said,
I love how he's listing like a whole lot of criminals. He went after a guy that threatened to kill the president of the United States, and he went after a guy that committed mortgage fraud on a massive scale, and he went after... It's like, yeah, okay.
Sent them after Tim Walz.
Base.
And a woman...
Base, that fraudster piece of shit, in my opinion.
Woman that a jury found Donald Trump had sexually abused.
Based.
One by one.
Based. Because the jury did not find that he sexually abused her. The jury, on a civil case, by the way, found that it was possible, 50% chance that he sexually abused her. Because it was a civil case, not a criminal case. And also, that was bullshit. Based. I actually love, one of my favorite things of the entire Trump administration so far has got to be the fact that he's weaponizing the legal system to go after his political opponents. He's not making up charges. He's not framing them. He's just going after them for things that they should be gone after for. Based. That's awesome, actually.
Anyone who has challenged...
Let's not forget that they tried to put Trump in jail and they tried to kill him. All right, let's not forget what they did to this man.
Donald Trump has ended up on his hit list. And today, I proudly join that list.
Hey, let's go!
After calling for my arrest
Let's
last
go!
year, Donald Trump directed his Department of Justice to investigate me. And just in the last week, I've learned that his campaign has reached my own home. To get me, he's coming after my wife, Jen.
No! Your wife? Your wife who calls for, if I remember correctly, domestic terrorism? From what I understand? Oh, is that who he's coming after? W. She fucking sucks, by the way.
A public servant, a woman who's dedicated her life to supporting women and girls. Someone who has done nothing.
Meanwhile, California is literally fighting for the rights of sex traffickers to be able to continue sex trafficking children over the Mexico border.
Wrong, other than having the temerity to advocate for what she believes in. If they can't intimidate me, they'll go after the mother of our children. Donald Trump picked the wrong target. We have nothing to hide.
All right.
His political operatives.
So what are you scared about? Right? What are you scared of? Oh, they're abusing the grand jury to investigate. Okay, if you did nothing wrong, then what's wrong?
Can take every record and read every page, but they'll be looking in the wrong place.
All right.
Because if they really want to find corruption, look no further than 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
Oh,
Donald
shit,
Trump
got him.
is
Are you going to roast Trump? You've never done that before.
selling the presidency. He's running the largest cash heist in American political history, trading foreign tariff relief for approval of his golf courses. Day trading behind
No evidence of that, by the way.
the Resolute desk, reaping hundreds of millions.
I love how he's going to talk about day trading. This guy's a multimillionaire somehow as a governor. Oh, all right, like, are we serious?
Millions of dollars in personal profit. And he's doing it openly. He's doing it on camera. He did it last night on the White House lawn. He's doing it through cryptocurrencies. He's doing it through the receipt of a $400 million private jet from a foreign government.
Which goes to the American government, not to him personally.
That he plans to keep when he leaves office.
No, he doesn't. It's what are we even talking about?
Through his son's ventures in countries where his own administration is simultaneously making policy. His personal fortune has skyrocketed by $4 billion since
I love how this is basically just a Trump bad. Trump bad, got him.
his return to office.
Yeah.
This is the behavior of a regime, not a republic.
Man,
the White House has become a marketplace for sneakers and coins and watches, cologne, guitars, Bibles, and phones. Influence for sale, access for sale. And today...
Wait, you think he's selling the country because people are buying his phones and Bibles? All right, yeah, it's absolutely opportunistic. Don't get me wrong. But it is insane to think that that is any different than the billions of dollars of fraud that's been used in California money. All right, dude, you're funding a fucking entire ecosystem of retard healthcare for illegal aliens. They just closed down so many of these like hospice centers because it was exposed for fraud over the last couple of months. Y'all fucking spent billions of dollars building a bridge that doesn't exist.
My family and I can personally confirm that justice is for sale.
Oh,
to Donald Trump,
because they're going after fraudsters and scam artists? Crazy.
I know is watching because he watches everything.
Yeah,
I have a message for you. You can subpoena my records. You can investigate me.
All right, huge.
You can harass me.
Oh,
put my name on every and any enemies list you have, but leave my wife and family out of your personal vendetta.
Oh, so the scams are under your wife's name, is what you're saying?
I'd like to say something to my wife. These times are not normal. They're not ordinary.
I love how the only time he can actually get his wife to listen to him when she's not cheating on him is through like Twitter videos. It's miserable.
I love you, and I'm sorry he's doing this. You have not earned a single one of the indignities that he's trying to inflict on you and our children.
Tyrone is not worth it.
And to Donald Trump, this country does not belong to you. It does not belong to your cronies. And we're going to fight
It belongs to the American people, actually. And you are doing your best to water that down.
Lawlessness. And we're going to continue to remind the people of this country of your corruption.
Yeah, it's just absolutely miserable every time. And the responses are just like, wow, dude, that sucks. Imagine if the roles were reversed. All right, dude, they literally tried to kill this guy and jail this guy. Oh, this is rich. Gavin Newsom crying, demanding Trump leave his wife alone. Yet when I traveled to California and uncovered mass fraud, Gavin Newsom's first instinct was to attack my family and wife. They all do this. They all do this. None of these words mean anything. Nick Shirley uncovered mass fraud in California. Gavin's first reaction was to smear Nick Shirley as a child predator. All right? But, oh, don't come after my family by investigating fraud? Like, what are we even talking about? As a California taxpayer, I hope the inquiry uncovers where billions and billions and billions of dollars of fraudulent unemployment. Dude, they're fucking killing him over this because obviously he sucks. And it's just wild to witness. Now, anyway, it gets even hairier, all right? Because when you actually start looking at what basically every single Democrat is saying, they're all saying the same thing. They hate America. All right, so the World Cup is going on. They're asking 2 Democratic representatives, who are you rooting for?
World Cup is here. The first match this weekend at MetLife Stadium taking place in New Jersey, even though some people say it is technically New York. But what do you think will win it all? Who are you rooting for?
Oh, I like Mexico.
Mexico, there you go.
I'm rooting for Senegal.
Senegal, okay.
Not a single one of these people is rooting for America because they hate our country, they hate our way of life, they hate our culture, they hate our civilization. They want to basically pillage us for themselves. It is so obvious, actually. And you just look at the people talking about them, and every single person is just like, what are you doing? It's just a soccer game, you might say, but that's exactly why this strikes me as so insane. There are 0 stakes. It's the easiest I care about America in the world, and they still can't support our country. In fact, they hate our country. Dude, what is the Democrat Party? Stop doing shit like this, please. Every single person just in shock that this is basic. They actually just hate America. Actually, they do. That is the Democrat Party. New York Democratic Socialist candidate for Congress, Claire Valdez, all right, has something to say about her agenda for New York.
So are we ready to free Palestine?
You can't even make this shit up. Right? Again, the Palestine movement is the most obvious psyop of all time. A bunch of retards started a war and lost, just like they've started all the other wars and lost all those. All right, and for some reason, this became the Trojan horse of the West to import infinite retards and groom people into thinking that it's some just cause. Dog, I don't give a... Why the fuck is a congresswoman in New York saying we're winning the election to free Palestine? Like, you can't even make this shit up. It's insane. Now, the SPLC boss, all right, this is the Southern Poverty Law Center, Democrat Socialists, funneled $1.2 million to lover in neo-Nazi group. Pair even had a joint bank account. All right, dog, they literally created racism so that they could fleece money from people to fight racism. It's insane. Now, it's just wild watching the left, even like the quote-unquote based libtards, all right, like Shane Gillis, all right, who's like, he's edgy and he's like based. Like, even he's like, no, you can't make fun of Michelle Obama.
Hey Shane, how'd you enjoy the night, man?
It's pretty cool.
What do you think of Josh Husk's joke?
Can you please?
What do you think of him saying Michelle Obama's a man?
I didn't love that.
Didn't love it? How come?
Why did you think?
A lot of people have said the opposite. That's why I.
Oh, I don't like that.
I don't like that. I don't like that. Yeah, I'm going to call Trump a pedophile by calling Michelle Obama a man. That's just too far. It's just crazy watching libtard logic. And again, I like Shane Gillis. I think he's funny. I think he's edgy and stuff. But it just goes to show at the end of the day, he's just an edgy libtard. And they all do the same thing. All right, it's crazy. It's crazy. Chicago City Council votes to reject parental accountability for teen takeovers. All right, just understand teen takeovers is basically N-word riots. All right, that's what teen takeovers are. It's a bunch of teenaged black guys vandalizing businesses and stuff because it's cool, because they hate America and white people or something. And of course, they asked Mayor Johnson, all right, hey, what do you have to say about these N-word riots that are, teen takeovers that are going on?
Know what criminalization does, particularly for more vulnerable communities.
Black people is what he's trying to say.
It has not led to creating safer spaces.
It's not safe to criminalize things.
We have to do what works. So I'm going to continue to call for the level of opportunity and investment.
I don't think that you...
We need more opportunity for the people lighting cars on fire and looting stores.
Find the poor as a means to fix a problem. And I'm unapologetic about saying that. Finding the poor in poverty-stricken communities to fix a problem that is systemic.
Not the poor, it's the criminals. It's the criminals, not the poor.
A problem that revolves wraparound services, and a problem that will require for us to reimagine and reinvest in neighborhoods from which these children are coming from.
Yeah, socioeconomic conditions are why they're lighting cars on fire, actually. When a mayor says that criminalizing criminals is harmful, then we need to actually investigate and get rid of this mayor. All right, it's insane. It's like advocating for domestic terrorism or something. Now, the Obamas, all right, after, of course, Michelle Obama called a man, very funny, obviously, because of her penis. I think, personally, I'm going to debunk this conspiracy theory right now.
One word to describe your next chapter. One word.
Fun.
Me.
No, she's a woman. She's definitely a woman. Sorry, guys. Sorry, conspiracy theorists. She just proved it.
That's what you call
You
drop
like
the mic.
You know what? You seem to be
unhappy he looks.
rating her higher on her answer.
Yeah, me. Wow. Class. Am I right, guys? Let's go. Yeah, she's a woman. Anyway, so the Obama Center ceremony begins, all right, because they're opening the Obama Center, which looks like a fucking prison from One Piece or some shit, all right? It's a medieval torture area, all right? So they're opening up his Obama Center, which looks like a piece of shit, which makes sense, to be fair. I mean, it looks like something I'd see in Kenya. And hey, this is how they start off with their ceremony of opening the library.
We'd also like to take a moment to recognize the original inhabitants of the land upon which we are gathered today. We honor the Anishinaabe, the Council of Three Fires, the Ojibwe, the Odawa, and the Potawatomi nations.
So give it back! So give it back! It's the most empty virtue signal of all time. You know, I would actually care about this. I think you should give it back. Stolen land, doesn't give it back, builds a communist monument on it. The actual mental hurdles are Olympic level. It is insane that anyone could take these people seriously. In fact, this entire situation with the opening ceremony for the Obama Center, it's just so sad. It's just literally the third worldification of our country. That is basically all of leftist policy. Right? ALF star Anne Sheedon dies at 77. Family remembers her. Burning hatred for Trump. Just understand, libtard dies, Trump is remembered. It's just every time. You have no identity. You have no identity of your own. It's fucking miserable. Of course, there's chaos in Times Square because in Mamdani's New York, shooting people in the street makes sense because obviously it makes sense because there was a sports game or something, obviously. Ghetto wannabe gangsters have been emboldened by the rampage after the Knicks games. Now they're just shooting people in public. Isn't that awesome? Glad. But I don't think, yeah. Yeah, that's actually fucking insane that that's happening. All right, again, the third worldification of the country is the goal of the left. All right, alleged $38 million adult daycare scam was just busted in Brooklyn. No, starring a Pakistani Muslim community leader. No way. No way. That can't be. It can't be. Muslims scamming us. Notoriously, this has never happened. This is easily one of the worst things Muslims have done in New York. After obviously electing Zohran Mamdani and destroying the Twin Towers. Anyway, Elon Musk is a trillionaire, but it's the people on Snap ruining your life. Yes, Elon Musk being a trillionaire makes the world better. People on Snap robbing CVS's is making the world worse. And this might be one of the most universally dunked on tweets I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, you just look at the quote retweet. It's, Elon Musk is not shoplifting cheese from Tesco. I have to ring a buzzer to get mouthwash at CVS. Elon Musk never hiked 3 feet behind me with a Bluetooth speaker clipped to his backpack. Correct. The people on Snap are about 1 billion times worse for the country than the guy building rocket ships and electric cars. I hate having to lock my door at night to stop trillionaires from breaking into my home. Those damn billionaires locking up the fucking cheese. I'm not stuck in line behind Elon Musk at Walmart listening to him lose his mind because he can't put Zins on an EBT card. I waited 20 minutes for a Walmart employee to unlock a pair of razors from the security case for me, and it's not because Elon Musk is stealing them. Yes, toothpaste is now locked behind glass cabinets because all those trillionaires. Elon isn't the reason Legos at Walmart are locked up. If billionaires and trillionaires suddenly disappeared, everything would get worse for me. If everyone on Snap disappeared, everything would get better. This is Elon Musk's fault. Elon has never booed my kid at a middle school awards ceremony and yelled out, "Sit down, white boy." Bro, it doesn't, you don't understand. Elon Musk just destroyed my sprinkler system for 45 cents of copper wiring, bro. It's actually over for the left. No one can even take these people seriously. The third worldification of our country is the goal. And then you get another one. Here, big UFC event. Leftoids, but I can't afford groceries. Now, mind you, this UFC event was literally paid for by the UFC. All right, it wasn't even paid for by the government. But dog, I love how leftist politics is just like admitting I'm a jobless loser, a broke retard. It's just absolutely miserable. In fact, being a leftist, it's like the darkness inside you literally rots your body. The vessel rots as the darkness seeps out. Exhibit A.
The girl that flashed Charlie Kirk is going viral again. She got fat. She got fat? Really? That's really what they did. Oh, wow. Oh, no. This is apparently the same woman who flashed Charlie Kirk. She reappeared in a video and said something disgusting about Charlie. So this is the girl before, and she obviously is, you know, she's pretty cute. She's skinny.
Right, so this was her, for those of you unaware, this was her flashing the camera on a Charlie Kirk event to try to get his YouTube channel taken down. This was a big drama back in the day.
And this is, I mean, she just porked out. She blimped out. Yeah. She went hog wild.
The vessel was contaminated by the darkness within. It's very obvious. When the soul is black, the vessel that contains the soul just slowly but surely corrodes, rots, and turns you into a worshiper of Nurgle. You got the fucking nose ring in, so you know what nose rings do, right? A lot of people are unaware of this. It emits a signal. It's like, the people must not have fun, must not have fun, must go watch Jimmy Kimmel for reprogramming. All right, this is literally, you don't understand, it works.
God damn. Like, don't you get afraid to get married? Like, what happens if you get married to this girl and then this is what happens?
It's easy. You don't marry a libtard. And then she'll want to always be pretty and beautiful and sexy for her husband. People don't understand that marriage is actually awesome. All right. And when you are actually a man in a marriage and you are a giver and your wife is the receiver of your giving, then she will do everything for you. I'm just being real here. You marry a good, conservative, God-fearing woman and she will look beautiful for you.
So this is the original clip.
Do you feel proud of yourself for debating college kids who are unprepared to speak in front of an audience like yourself? You're 30 years old. Do you think that's a little bit silly?
Are you a voter?
I am a voter. I'm a registered
I
voter.
vote and you vote. So I'm talking to voters of this country that will determine the future of Western civilization.
Who are you?
Well, important enough for you to come up to a microphone.
Damn, I miss
Oh, man, that's bad.
Well, no, you can see. Look how popular Trump is on your campus. How does that make you feel? That is a five-alarm fire for Kamala Harris because she's probably going to lose.
This was the silent, by the way, this was the silent majority. It always has been. You're just not allowed to say it. They'll call you a racist and a Nazi for saying it, but this was always the silent majority.
Pennsylvania.
And look who was right.
And you said, well, I'm worried about some laws Congress should pass. I've asked, what laws are you talking about? Can you be specific?
She got a titty out.
I'm sorry, I'm very nervous. This is what you do. This is what you do. You take people and you put them under the spotlight and you...
Well, hold on. I didn't ask you to come up here. You voluntarily came to the front of the line. You didn't have to do that.
You're purposely antagonizing people on campus, asking
How?
people to come up by spreading your weird agenda.
I love how the way that she explains herself. I wish the chatters would do the same thing to me, right? I mean, like, we never have that happen. So what's she saying now? This next girl.
That child would cause... Are you a fan of Charlie Kirk? Why don't you dig him up and fuck him in the neck hole?
Maybe you should do that first time you get some exercise.
It's the weirdest thing I've heard all day.
Have you ever made a woman come?
Because abortion is intentional.
Have you ever made a woman come?
Yes.
Oh, really? Was she lying?
Did you really not think about what would happen if he said yes?
Yeah, that's rough.
Hey, what if you decided that instead of trying to do these gotcha things, they're not very funny. Have you ever been not funny? I'm not out here to be funny.
Man, bro, and
right.
you are going here to talk to children.
And we were having a conversation, and then you came up.
Crazy. She spoke to this guy Charlie Kirk in person. Bro gets murdered viciously. And her first response is to dance on his grave and celebrate his death. It's honestly insane. Like it's subhuman shit.
And started asking me if I've ever made a woman come.
Oh my God.
Different than others, but we all do it in different ways. Okay. But see, Christ came to forgive sinners, even sinners like you.
Bro, he is rage baiting her so hard with the Bible.
I mean, we know she's doing some gluttony. We know that.
Every time you jack off, you kill your babies.
It's not even like, again, so here's the problem is that these people can vote.
Sperm
of course.
are not humans. Human beings, I hate to have to be the one to do this. Human beings are created via sexual reproduction. The sperm has to meet the egg to produce a newly conceived human being.
You are so smart.
Well,
your brain is so huge.
It's a millennial. These are Gen Z.
Jacking off was murder. So that's...
Hi, camera. Love. Who are you, Diddy?
You're Diddy?
Who are you,
Diddy? Mr. Love?
No.
By the way, this is how the left manipulates language, by the way. All right? Oh, you say love is good? Well, then are you like Diddy? Because Diddy was like a love guy. He made love to children. Allegedly, I know that, whatever, those are the allegations. Don't want to catch that Diddy lawsuit. But this is like the classic leftist strategy. I'm going to blow your mind here. One of the major leftist slogans is love, all right? And that's basically to say, yeah, you should totally be okay with the most unbelievable, degenerate relationships of all time because they love each other and love is good, right? Basically, love is a very biblical concept, that love is a good thing, all right? One of the major Bible passages that gets repeated multiple times is, and you will love God with all your heart, etc. Like, love is obviously a very major biblical concept, and it's like, so if love is good, then what's wrong with two gay men loving each other and getting married and committing sins? And they use that as some sort of way to mentally mind fuck you and to be like, holy shit, yo, you got me. Now, this works on troglodytes, because obviously different things mean, even the same word can mean different things in different contexts. Like, for example, if you love murder, it doesn't make murder good. Oh, but love is love. I love murder. Obviously, that's retarded. So if you love sin, it doesn't make it not a sin. They try to hit you with that gotcha all the time. Oh, but you said, but love is good? Love is good? But what if I love sinning? Okay, well, then I hope you stop doing that and repent, actually. But anyway, word games are basically the way leftists try to manipulate you.
Kind of loving your neighbor as yourself, because I want justice and I want equality. Yes.
While choosing to act really cringy and weird is certainly a tactic, this was yet
It is an affront to my freedoms that these people have any. My boy Charlie cursed her and turned her into a land whale from beyond the grave. Oh my god.
Yeah, basically. It's just miserable. It's miserable watching these people making believe that we have to treat them with dignity and stuff. The left, advertising the third worldification of America every day.
Hello, everyone. Sorry about that. The new dog got out. He ran away. He ran down a couple blocks. We were able to convince him to come back. It's been crazy the last hour or however long. I have no idea. I'm trying to figure out if the last segment played, and then we're done with the catching up on the news. And then I got to figure out what to eat, so I might end this stream and come back when I'm done eating. So I'm more connected with you guys and not like, you know, just walking around trying to figure out where the dog is. That was pretty nuts. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. If you like different types of content like this, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And thank you once again. And let me just see really quick what's going on. Looking at different types of content like this, make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
This is what you do. This is what you do. You take people and you put them under the spotlight and you...
Well, I didn't ask for you to act as a secret constitution. Because he hates that I'm consistent. Swift acts. Jet from a fort.
They actually say it hurt. I've been emboldened by the rampage after the Knicks game. And hey, this is how they start off their ceremony of open.
Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, so it looks like it did play it all. I think. Which is great. Yeah, I don't, for some reason I don't think we got through it all, but I guess we did, huh? So great. I need my RAM back anyway. Good, very good. Alright, so we're gonna focus on more gameplay. But like I said, I wanna go figure out something to eat really quick, come back and reload this so it doesn't show news or anything like that, and that it's just me and my World of Warcraft adventures today, or for the remainder of the day. So thank you guys again for sticking by and wondering what happened, because yeah, that was kind of crazy for me to just kind of be like, oh, I gotta go look for a dog, and it just got dark. But whatever, we did it, we figured it out, and convinced him to come back, even though nobody was screaming or anything. The dog just ran out, and I don't know, he must have been abused or something. He was